The Crythian Empire had ruled the Andromeda sector for 3,000 years. Emperor Zarthok, self-proclaimed king of the galaxy, had never encountered a species that refused to kneel. Until the humans arrived. General Jessica Reeves stood on the observation deck of the Indomitable, watching the twin moons of Kepler 442b rise over the horizon. Her reflection in the reinforced glass showed a woman hardened by 2 decades of warfare, sharp features, calculating gray eyes, and a scar running from her temple to her jaw. A reminder of the Battle of Proxima, where humanity first proved they wouldn't go quietly into extinction. "General, we've received a transmission from the Crythian flagship," Commander Jack Morrison said, approaching with a datapad. His military posture couldn't quite hide the concern in his voice. Jessica turned from the viewport. "Let me guess. Another demand for our surrender?" "Not exactly." Jack's jaw tightened. "It's a declaration. Zarthok has sent the Void Hunters." The words hung in the air like a death sentence. The Void Hunters were legend across 100 systems, 7 elite assassins who had never failed a mission. They had eliminated rebel leaders, overthrown governments, and dissolved entire resistance movements. Species far more advanced than humanity had fallen before them. "When?" Jessica's voice remained steady. "They're already aboard. Infiltrated through the cargo bay during the last supply run." Jessica smiled, a cold, predatory expression that made even Jack uncomfortable. "Good. I was getting bored." The Void Hunters moved through the Indomitable like shadows given form. Their leader, Krozix, had extinguished 700 lives across his career. Humans, he'd been told, were soft creatures. Violent, yes, but predictable, emotional, easy to manipulate. They reached the general's quarters without resistance. Too easy, Krozix thought, but arrogance dismissed the concern. They breached the door with plasma cutters, weapons raised. The room was empty. "Welcome aboard." Jessica's voice echoed through the ship's intercom. "I hope you've made peace with whatever gods you pray to." The lights cut out. Jack watched from the tactical center as the hunt began. Years of fighting the Crythian Empire had taught humanity one crucial lesson. When facing superior technology, change the battlefield. Jessica had been preparing for this moment since intelligence first warned of the Void Hunters' deployment. Every corridor, every junction, every system of the Indomitable had been modified. The ship had become a maze designed by someone who understood how predators think, because she was a predator herself. "Seal sections 7 through 12, Jessica ordered through her helmet comm. She moved through the maintenance tunnels like a ghost, her powered armor stealth systems rendering her nearly invisible. "Jack, vent atmosphere in Corridor 9 Alpha on my mark." The first hunter died when the floor beneath him explosively decompressed, sucking him into space. The second fell to a rigged power conduit that released enough electricity to overcome even Crythian biological shielding. The third stepped into a dead-end corridor that became a crematorium. 4 down. Krozix realized too late that they weren't hunting the general. She was hunting them. The Void Hunter leader was everything Jessica expected. 7 feet of scaled muscle, cybernetic enhancements gleaming in the emergency lighting, and weapons that could level a building. In any straight fight, he would win. Jessica had no intention of fighting fair. She appeared at the end of a corridor, standing in plain sight. Krozix raised his plasma rifle, targeting systems locking on. He fired. The blast passed through a hologram. Jessica dropped from the ceiling behind him, magnetic boots clamping down. Her combat knife, crude by galactic standards forged from Earth steel, found the gap between his armor plates. Once, twice, 7 times, Krozix fell. The remaining 2 hunters lasted another hour. One died to explosive decompression in the cargo bay. The final hunter, a female named Silara who had personally assassinated the last president of the Delroni Republic, made it to an escape pod. Jessica activated the pod remotely, then overrode its course, sending it directly into the Indomitable's fusion core. 3 days later, a Crythian diplomatic vessel arrived at the Indomitable. Jack stood beside Jessica as they prepared to receive the ambassador. "The cargo has been packaged per your specifications." "General," a lieutenant reported. "Excellent." Jessica straightened her dress uniform. "Send it over." The Crythian ambassador, a pompous official named Veltara, materialized on the holographic display. His 4 eyes widened as he processed what he saw behind Jessica. 7 stasis containers, each containing exactly what the title promised. This is an act of war, Veltara sputtered. No, Jessica replied, her voice ice-cold. This is a reply. Your Emperor sent assassins to kill me. I'm returning them in the condition appropriate for failed killers. Tell Zarthok that if he sends more, I'll need a bigger cargo bay. She leaned forward, gray eyes burning with an intensity that made the ambassador flinch despite being light years away. Humanity doesn't kneel. We don't surrender. And we don't forget. Your Void Hunters were supposed to be legends. Now they're a warning. Jack stepped forward, adding in a conversational tone that somehow made the threat worse. We've uploaded the tactical data from their deaths to the general galactic network. Every species under Crithian oppression now knows the Void Hunters can be beaten. The Emperor can bleed. Veltara's hologram flickered. The Emperor will respond to this insult with the full might of the Crithian fleet. Good, Jessica smiled. We'll be waiting. Humanity has a saying, Ambassador. You can kill us, but you'll have to do it one at a time, looking us in the eyes. And we promise you'll remember every face. The transmission ended. Jack turned to Jessica. Think he got the message? Oh, he got it. Now comes the interesting part. Whether Zarthok is smart enough to listen. Through the viewport, human warships assembled in formation. Across 100 colonies, humanity prepared. The Crithian Empire had ruled for 3,000 years. That reign was ending.